Hello and welcome to episode 26 of Unemployed to Unstoppable. We're currently halfway through the 5th season. We've got Norwich, top of the championship, 3 points clear. And it all sounds rosy, but it's not. Join me after the credits and I'll take you through where we are. And welcome back. So a quick scout through the fixtures for the season can see we were off to an electrifying start. We were unbeaten for a very long time. And now we come unstuck at Bristol City in a 3-1 defeat at home. And then we've had 2 more defeats at Colchester and at home to Middlesbrough. And also a draw away at Rotherham, which isn't looking too clever. All of this kind of started around a period where we picked up a couple injuries and we let Christoph Zimmermann go, who was a club legend, and it fell on some very unsupportive team members. So morale took a bit of a dip. We've struggled a little bit. The squad's looking a little bit threadbare. As you can see, normally we have to scroll up and down. We're looking a little bit light in certain areas. Up front, we have no depth beyond Fran Padilla. Dodds is out for a very long time with cruciate ligament damage. And again, centre half, we're really starting to struggle. Omar Badeli, he was out for a few weeks as well. Jedlik has had a lot more starts. The Christmas period where the games come thick and frantic have really taken its toll on us, and that's kind of eaten into our lead at the top of the table. We are trying to address it, so there are a few reinforcements coming in the transfer window. I'll quickly take you through that. So we've got Ricardo Vitulli. He's coming in as a high promising centre-back. He'll come in to kind of replace Christoph Zimmermann long term. We've got Galvez from Man City as a promising left-back who's Finnish. Again, he'll provide some much-needed cover. Got Paolo Rondinini. He's cover for left-hand wing. So again, high-promise player. Got him from AC Milan. And then finally, we've just put in a loan bid for Filippo Ranocchia from Cagliari, a ball-winning midfielder, waiting on a work permit, but he will bring some much needed depth to that middle of the park area. We have been really light there, as you can see, tactic wise, to try and stop the rot of defeats. We've dropped Barkley from that advanced midfielder role back into the centre midfield. We've still got him on attacking, but either side he's supported by a box-to-box midfielder and a ball-winning midfielder. So we're trying to just shore ourselves up at the back a little bit. We need an extra bit of strength, goalkeeper, centre half. But yeah, we're doing all right, but we're not doing as good as we were. That all being said, got 2 good fixtures in this episode. We've got one against Colchester at home, which is televised, and then one at Hull. And as you can see from the table, they are quite high within our competitor list, with Colchester in 7th and Hull in 5th. So last time out, we got a double win for a 6-pointer. I'm not expecting much of the same this time because the games are coming thick and fast, and they are only a few days apart. In fact, you really see there, 26th, 27th, you're kind of Boxing Day special. So we'll try and get through them. Hopefully we can nurse the players through this and get the reinforcements in January and push on for a strong second half of the season. So stay tuned. I'll click through to the first game. Fingers crossed we can get something promising. Welcome back. So starting lineup for the first match is Mamadov in goals. We've got back 4 of Shipley, Watiao, Omar Badeli, Mumba, midfield 3 of Barkley, Alzate and Kilkenny. And then we've got Hamilton, Padilla and Rashika playing in them forward 3 roles. Fairly good strength on the bench, but with the games coming thick and fast, this first game will take its toll for the game at Hull. I mean, I know a lot of you will say Hull are in the same boat, but they've probably not got quite the light squad we've got, with only about 19, 20 first team players left. Maybe I've let out too many out on loan, but they should come back with a lot more experience. And maybe I haven't made most of loan sign-ins, but we'll see. We'll see what we can do. We'll see if we can get through it. The 23 game, which is halfway through the season, we are 3 points clear in top spot, so it's promising. But it's not quite the coastal walk we were hoping it's going to be. So first highlight of the game then, playing the ball out of the back. And I did go a bit more direct and fast tempo for a while to try and stop the rot, but we've gone back to the shorter, more patient passing. As Alzate plays the ball over the top to Hamilton, breaks into the box, but he's unable to put a finish onto it. Again, Hamilton, brilliant at the start of the season, but he's really kind of faded off in the last 6 or 7 games. And what we need him now is to step it up, kind of reignite that start of season form. As we lose another player to injury, Barkley with a twisted knee. Swift will come on. And again, that's, in terms of middle of the park, that is as bare bones. So we really can't afford to pick up much more in terms of injury. Unless, of course, we get to the 1st of January and our reinforcements can come in. So 20 minutes gone, 0-0, only one shot, not even on target. So it's a fairly cagey game. Really not pushing too far. I don't want to commit too much. And we've dropped away from positive onto a balanced just to kind of try and stop the rot. And again, it's one of them things in Football Manager. You can be absolutely flying, 1 or 2 poor results or one bump in your team morale and it all quickly falls apart. So again, if anyone's got any top tips for reinstating it or how to manage with a small squad through the Christmas period, please feel free to put in the comment section as any help in digging us through this Christmas period and out towards the end of the season is much appreciated. So half an hour gone. Colchester starting to get a bit more on top of the game now. They're the ones who's getting all the shots. I'm probably going to go a little bit more positive just as we come into half time to see if we can get something to hold on to for that second half. Again, Padilla, we've changed back to a deep line forward. He was an advance for a while, but it's actually within his contract to have a preferred position of deep line forward. So we've put him back on it for the time being. And again, just to kind of fill that gap and pressurise their back four a little bit more than the advanced forward does. The last highlight possibly of the first half then is Shipley plays the ball to Watiao at the back, into Padilla, into Alzate, and that's a shot from a long way out. Just goes to show we're not really breaking into that back line too much at the minute. So 2 shots, none on target, only 1 shot on target for the whole first half. So this is not an entertaining match. Oh, looks like we've got one more final highlight as we play the ball out from the back down to Rashika on the right hand side. Into Kilkenny, and again slow patient build up through the back. Nothing silly now, just coming into half time, ball over the top, but they've picked it off and they get a chance to counter in the other direction. Sold ourselves at right back into Pritchard, and we seem to have just gone behind a crucial moment, and we left far too much space in that right back area. And that really puts us under the cosh, under the half-time team talk. It is really not looking too clever. What we'll do is we'll just play about with the tactics a little bit to push that midfielder back into the forward slots. Give ourselves a little bit more up front, a little bit more support to Padilla. And see if we can get back in the game that way. But certainly 2 shots on target for the whole first half at home isn't good enough. And we're going to have to find a way to get back into this game. And the problem is there's not really anyone to replace for Padilla. I mean, Rashika as well. We've got a Mate can come on. Not really got too much on the left-hand side because Hamilton was in such good form at the start of the season. And he's really not finding it this second half. We'll take out the player defence. We'll go a bit more direct. We won't try and work the ball into the box. And see if them changes for the last half hour can get us a few more chances. I'll certainly look and see if the shot count goes up somewhat. Because, 3-9, Colchester are giving us a bit of a hide-in, to be honest. And again, we've got the possession, but we're not really doing anything with it. Too many passengers. Mika Hamilton playing a 6.2. We've got to find someone who can show us something a little bit different. Rashika. And then we'll just see if them substitutes for the final 25 minutes can freshen up the legs, give us a bit more impetus. There we go, get my words out in the end. Again, it's not great. We've hit that rough patch, and this is something that everyone who plays Football Manager will go through, is when you get a dip and things start to go wrong, it very quickly snowballs. So we just have to make sure we don't lose our heads or do anything silly. Just have a little bit of a refinement of the tactics in between the matches and see if we can get something from the second game if we can't get back into this one. As another highlight comes up with 7 minutes to go for Colchester. Can we rob the ball off them and create something of our own, or are they just going to play around us and put the game beyond any doubt? Ball goes long, it's our chance to win it back. Omobadeli gets it, he drives forwards into Amechi, into Alzati, in through Scott. And the substitute has got us an equaliser. Some would say it's an absolute masterstroke from the manager, but I'm not quite sure that's the case. But 6 minutes to go. We've got ourselves on level pegging, rescued a point. So no matter what happens, if we can maintain this, we'll be top of the league. But can we go on and get a winner? As Colchester get a corner, and it's gone away for a goal kick. That would have been a little bit heartbreaking to get straight back in level pegging and then go a goal behind again. But with 4 minutes of injury time, no shouts left, no subs left. Just need to see the game out and kind of make do with a point and regroup. Try and sort out whatever's going on with morale. I think we'll probably put Padilla back onto an advance forward because he's largely ineffectual in that deep line forward. I don't know if him and Alzati are just kind of occupying the same space. But we had more joy within advance forward, so we'll probably switch back to that. So there we go, first game out of the way. 1-1. Not what we were all hoping for. Not cantering to the league title. But again, a point is better than none. So we'll regroup. We'll get ready for the away game at Hull. I'll make a few tweaks to the tactics and I will see you shortly. So stay tuned and I will be back in just a minute. And welcome back for the second match away at Hull. So starting lineup for the game is Mamedov in goals, back four of Bagun, Watio, Omobadeli and Jedlicka coming in for probably his first start. Midfield three of Pitsy, Swift and Williams, moving back to an advanced midfielder, as opposed to having a flat three. We've got Hamilton, Amechi and Scott in the front three. Scott turning into an advanced forward to give Padilla a bit of a rest. We've got as many fit players on there as we can. Our only three substitutes are, well, the three other players are all injured. So Karaveev, Barkley and Dodds. So struggling a little bit. This is what we've got. And we've gone to a positive outlook to try and really take something from the game and end the episode with a bit of a flourish and not so much of a damp squid like the previous match was. So let's see if we can make this a little bit more exciting and try and salvage a 4-pointer from the episode. So everyone dig deep, everyone cross your fingers. Hopefully we can make sure we end the episode top of the table on a positive note rather than anything a little bit more depressing. So early signs, first shot on their goals, not on target, but again it shows that we're a little bit more positive. Perhaps the game before, 2 corners already, so stats starting to build, 82% possession. Maybe we can turn some of this into more clear-cut chances. And certainly with the front four again now, I'm hoping that we can at least hit double figures in terms of shots. I'd like to be above 5 at least for shots on target. And all importantly, we need to make sure we get some form of goal from this. Scott not prolific for us, not really a striker as such. But again, he's going to have to fill in. Padilla may come on towards the end of the game. As Hull get the first choice as they swing in a free kick. Headed the ball clear, but Yates gets a chance to recycle the ball into the box. Balls to Honeyman and he's driven it into the bottom corner. So things go from bad to worse. It's certainly going to be the chalkboard tactics and time on the training ground to try and recover this. This is incidentally the last game before reinforcements come in. We have confirmed the loan signing of Ranocchia from Bologna for the rest of the season. We've also put in a bid for a winger from Everton on loan. So hopefully with a couple more reinforcements, just to bolster out the squad a little bit, it can stop this happening again in the future where injuries, tired players and morale have conspired to drag us down the table a little bit. As Jedlicka plays the ball out in the box with Pitsy and Amechi down the right hand side. He's got Jedlicka on the overlap, back to Pitsy, but there's no way Amechi's getting that. Ball comes out. They've got a chance to break. Hamilton picks it up. Scott turns out to Amici. Into Hamilton. No, he's hit the post. We get a corner from it, but again, that was an opportunity. A little bit of good interchange. As you can see from the table in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, we're now tied on points with Sheffield United and dropped down into second. So we really need to up our game in this second half as Hamilton whips in a cross, but unable to capitalise on it, and we get another corner. I have tried to tweak the corner tactics a little bit to get more goals from set pieces, but as of yet, it's not come to fruition. Basically, I've taken the tallest and best headers, put them towards the near post and swung everything in at that near post, hoping to pick up either the second ball or score from the first instance. Omo Bidede is injured, so he comes off. Shipley comes on. That's one substitute down already after half an hour. And next time the commentators ask me whether we should have a Christmas break, I'll have to say yes, because this season has conspired against us and I really don't want to go through it again. But 4 shots, none on target, probably tells me that we're still on work into the box or something. We just have a quick look at the in possession stats here. We'll take that off. We'll probably have a bit of shoot on sight to get some shots on their goal. And see if that can make any kind of a difference and get us back into the game. Hamilton for Rashika. Again, fitness. Really struggling to see this out. As Hull get a chance on the 43rd minute. Ball goes long. Swift picks it up in the middle of the park, but he's unable to find a player, and Hull break up the other end. Williams, Wattier, Rashika recover the ball, but that's a terrible pass. That's let them in. Defence isn't set. Mavdidi into Yates, and I think probably that's going to put the game to bed. Rashika played a horrendous pass to the back four, intercepted by a Hull player, caught on the break, and that is really not put us in a good spot. And if they make it 3 just before half time, I would say this is all but done and dusted as we give away a penalty. And oh dear, have the wheels come off the car just around Christmas time. Yates sticks it away to put Hull 3-0 up on the half-time point. And barring a Christmas miracle, I can't see us getting anything out of this game. 1 substitution left. And it's been very poor. So this reinforcement period is going to become crucial. I'll certainly be looking for somebody to bring in to assist Padilla, because having him as just the only out-and-out striker hasn't worked out for us. We do have a couple good players out on loan. We weren't hoping to use them this season. They're in development for next season and beyond. But we may either have to recall one of them back just to see us to the end of the season, or dip into the transfer market. I think we'll have 1 loan slot left open, so I might see what's available from the Premier League. See if we can just pick someone up for that second half of the season to get us over the line. I certainly don't want to have to go through playoffs if I can help it. I think we're definitely strong enough to be in that playoff mix, but I'd like to get one of the automatic 2 spots. 54 minutes gone, and we really just need to see this out. Big thanks to everyone who's managed to stick it out for the full game. It's not always, I mean, it's good to watch when you're winning. It's sometimes a bit painful to watch when you're losing. But yes, stick with it. You go through these trials and tribulations, and I'm sure we will come out the other side smiling eventually as we make the final change. Swift for Mumba. Half an hour to go, and I mean, just a consolation goal at this point would be good. Even just hitting the target. When they've hit the target 4 times and got 3 goals. So stranger things have happened. We've still maintained that possession, but it's not doing anything for us. So again, I'll have to look into the dynamics of the midfield and see how we can better create chances, get a bit more creativity and decision making in there. Maybe one of the lone players will help with that. But certainly early on in the season, we were looking defensively strong, creatively sound, and it's all going not horribly wrong, but we've just come off the boil at the wrong time. There's another chance down the left-hand side. Hull break into the box, but he's missed the target on this occasion. And at this stage now, we just want to see the game out without picking up any injuries. Certainly no more than we've had so far already. And regroup and recuperate for the next episode. 10 minutes to go. A lot to do. And this has been a bit of a humbling defeat. But no more, or well, so no less than Hull deserved. From minute one, they've kind of been the assertive team. And I can't argue with any of the statistics on there. I'm trying to find anyone who comes out with I mean, Jedlicka, the youngster, again, he'll come through this with a little bit of development. But that's about the only positive you can take from the game. The only other positive is that we are still in the mix and we are still in the running. We'll have a look at the table at the end of the game, but halfway through the season to have been in that kind of top spot or near top spot is pleasing, with something to aim for. It means we've got half a season to do the same points tally again and we'll be up. So let's try and look at it on a positive light. Let's try and take something from this. I'll slip it in to make it 4-0 and really put the icing on their cake. And well, not much for ours, but we'll see. As Rashika dips into a 5.9, everybody looking well and truly cheesed off. And there goes the full-time whistle. Into the dressing room, and I've not really got much nice to say about it. Yeah, I don't like what we saw. There was nothing in terms of creativity. There was nothing in terms of resilience. It was very much everyone's on their Christmas holiday type performance. But we're going to end the year in the top two. Again, reinforcements will come in. Tune in next time. I'll take you through who's signed, who's not signed, and review what the formation will be going forward. But yeah, pretty horrific, hard to take. Quick look at the schedule. And we'll bring you back. 2 home games, Swansea and Forest. Seem like a reasonable show. Let's get a big chunk of games out of the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 10 games out of the way. Swansea, Forest. So stay tuned. See you then. Again, make sure you subscribe to make sure you don't miss out on the progress, either good or bad, and stick a thumbs up if you enjoy what you're seeing. And as always, stick something in the comment section if you'd like to see something different or you've noticed anything that I could be doing better. And I'll take care and see you next time.